Joining us now is Fatima Abdool, daughter of Joyce Issacs, who passed away while still fighting to benefit from the pension redress program. And Fatima joins us via our video link. Fatima, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. I mean, today you took part in that protest and, of course, just highlighting the issues when it comes to those who were supposed to benefit from their pension. Tell us more about your story.
Yes, today was actually a bittersweet day. My mom was supposed to be part of the march, but she succumbed to heart failure last year in November. But she always updated me with regards to the processes and the issues. She gave me all the documentation. So I walked the walk with her. So I'm very much aware of what this is really all about. My mom died knowing that monies were owed to her, and she always said to me, you continue the fight when I am not here. And that is why I participated in the march this afternoon. And it was very heartwarming and also sad to see that our senior citizens, people that have already paid their dues to the country, to their fellow citizens, they now have to march to a government building to be heard, even though they have already done so quite a few times. There's documentation. They have already communicated with the president, but still there's only acknowledgements. He is only acknowledging that he has received their requests, he has received their documentations, but nothing else is happening. And it's sad because you know what I saw was all people tired. They traveled from different provinces. They traveled from Venda. They traveled from Transkei to be here today to make their voices heard. It's a shame that our senior citizens has to go to that type of length to be heard.
How long has your mom and the other pensioners been fighting this for? I mean, because we know that we are 30 years into this democracy, and now that unfortunately your mother has passed on, this fight still continues for many pensioners.
My mom joined the CSPCRM 2 years ago, but the fight was already ongoing when she joined them. On her own, she also tried to obtain her pension. She went to the different departments, and she was always sent from pillar to post. And then there are people that have been fighting for the past 60 years. They are obviously very much into their old age, in their 80s. Or in the early 90s. So they have been fighting and seeking assistance. But here's the thing, there is a case pending. There is documentation that was sent to the president as well as Zondo about irregularities, about a person by the name of Dr. Daniel Machila from the PIC. So this is deeper than just senior citizens who is seeking their pension fund. They want to know what happened to their money, what is really happening behind the scenes, what is not being said. And it's frustrating. So my mom, just a little bit about her journey, I opened my eyes in Bophuthatswana, so she was a nurse there. And she couldn't get a job because she was not registered as Mtswana. Then she came to South Africa, got a job here, and then the post that she had was also redundant. Then she went back to Bophuthatswana and then back to South Africa. So in between these two states or countries, documentation was not really done very well because those years it wasn't done. There was no computers. So all that these new officials in the offices say, no, we don't have any proof that you worked at these places that you said you were working there. That's what's happening to most of our people. But luckily, our people did make notes of where they worked, etc., etc. And all they want right now is not an acknowledgement of, we did get your claim. They want their monies. Certain people were paid and other people were not paid. Why?
Why does it seem as if, no one is willing to listen to your plight and, of course, you along with other pensioners having to take this fight right at the doorstep of the president?
Okay, so I am not a pensioner as yet, but I will get there probably in the next 6 years. But on behalf of the current pensioners, What they said today was if they don't get the response that they want within the next 14 days, they will be back. And I am pleading with the rest of the public, and I'm talking about the indirect beneficiaries, not just the senior citizens, but their children and their children's children, because this is a generational robbery that is taking place. Because if the senior citizens of today don't get the monies that are owed to them, it means that their children are being robbed and their children's children. So this is my plight. Within the next 14 days, we will return if we don't get what we want, and we want children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, family members to join in and continue with this fight.
And Fatima, I can clearly see that you're not a pensioner, but one would also ask, you taking this fight for your mother, now that she has passed on, what does it actually mean to you to go ahead and spearhead this and to ensure that while others are fighting, that, regardless of your mother not being here, that these issues are still addressed in her absence?
It's a direct instruction from her before she went. For months, she would always say, when I am not here, I need you to continue. So I'm being an obedient daughter, and I'm continuing not just for myself, but for my child, for my children, and my grandchild as well, and maybe the future grandchildren that I will be having, and also on behalf of everyone else that is indirectly, in this situation.
What is your appeal to government now that many of you have taken to the streets to, express your dissatisfaction in terms of what is owed to your parents?
Stop acknowledging. To acknowledge something says absolutely nothing. Go over it to, implementation, execution. Look at the people's documentation and start paying the money. That's all that the old people want. They just want their monies, and it's not something that they that is from the sky that they thought of. It's monies that they worked for. They deserve the money, and the monies was there, but it's been abused, and just a lot of illegal things was done with their money, and I'm not going to go into that right now. But all I'm saying is just pay our senior citizens their money. That's it.